Good evening from J. Doyle Field on the campus of East Brunswick High School. East Brunswick Bears host the Piscataway Chiefs as East Brunswick searches for that elusive combination of offensive pressure and defensive stops to secure their first victory of the season. We'll be back after this with the start of tonight's game. Welcome back to J. Doyle Field. I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you of this GMC Red Division game between the Piscataway Chiefs, who come into this game at 5-1 against the East Brunswick Bears, who are looking for their first victory of the season. Bears have been hard hit by injuries. Junior Bobby Mineta will miss the remainder of the season with a bad ankle, and sophomore James Correa and junior Brian Campbell are doubtful for tonight's game. Junior Alan Groschholz and sophomore Brian Linkos are out with strep throat. And sophomore Brian Robinson still hasn't recovered from a knee injury early in the season. And that makes this task even more daunting for the Bears, as they'll be substituting liberally to patch the holes in that offensive and defensive line. Piscataway's led potent offense. Their only loss coming against J.P. Stevens, but their offense led by running back Devron Thompson and Derek Tranquina at quarterback, and a very speedy wide receiver in Eric Young, who, if I remember, I heard some rumors, is the son of the baseball player Eric Young, or Dimitri Young, one of the players in professional baseball. I think somebody told me that on the way in. The Bears have won the toss and elected to receive. They're wearing their home green uniforms, Piscataway in white. Back deep for the Bears. Number 8, Jatir Simmons on the far sideline. And it looks like number 19, Kenny Weinrob, on the close sideline here. And we're underway. A deep driving kickoff drives Weinrob back to the 3-yard line. As a whole, he makes it out to the 32-yard line before he's brought down by a host of Chiefs. 27-yard return for Weinrob gives the Bears first and 10, just over the 30-yard line. We'll set your offense for you in a moment. Quarterback number 1, Mark Mariski, junior. We'll have number 19, Kenny Weinrob, on the outside, along with number 22, Greg Belials. Number 81, Akil Simon, also lines up your back. So number 35, Dmitry Svegoff up front. And Simmons, the handoff inside to Svegoff. No. Svegoff driven outside, barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Generous spot there by the refs to give him progress to the 33. It is senior band parents night here at J. Doyle Field before the game, honoring the senior members of the East Brunswick High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. John Kish. Mariski will bring them out. Simmons and Svegoff in the backfield. Mariski on a keeper gets slammed to the ground by 84 Omar Savage. As we said at the top, a lot of holes in this line caused by injuries. Filling the holes, number 55, Blaine McAvoy, is taken over at center. And Ryan Schmidt, number 52, now plays a prominent role also on that offensive line, filling in for Groschholz and Correa. 3rd down and a long 8. The pitch to Simmons. Cut it back, dances, still on his feet, and has it over midfield and to the 45-yard line. Nice pickup there by Jatir Simmons. A gain of 22 yards and puts the Bears in Piscataway territory just inside the 45, 1st and 10. Little misdirection there. Good blocking on the line. You have Weinrob and Simon lining up on the far side. The backfield remains Svegoff and Simmons. Simmons inside, gains maybe a yard. Charles Hunter, number 4, number 9, Jakyle Jones on the tackle. No gain, 2nd and 10. And we have a timeout, Piscataway. A little confusion there in the defensive alignment. While we have this break in the action, let's take a moment to congratulate the East Brunswick Bears girls tennis team. They finished overall with an 18-1 record, securing their 10th consecutive division and GMC championships. Girls also captured their first ever Central Jersey Group 4 championships earlier this week, so we give the girls our congratulations. Also on that note, the girls gymnastics team have completed a three-peat as GMC champions after securing their Red Division championship. Girls gymnastics team, GMC champions, 3rd year in a row. Piscataway has their defensive alignment straightened out. Still 2nd and 10 for the Bears. Pitch to Simmons around the outside. And an excellent block has sprung him down the sideline. One person to beat. And if it's not for Derek Tranquina knocking him out of bounds at the 15-yard line, Simmons would have run all the way for a touchdown. 30-yard gain on the play. Excellent blocking there by the Bears line to give Simmons that outside room. Impressive drive to start the game for East Brunswick. Risky under center, Svag off the up back, Simmons behind. Movement on that left side of the line. Cameron Arshad moved there, and that will be a 5-yard penalty against East Brunswick. Be 1st and 15 for the Bears. Mariski on the keeper on the outside, has some room, and is knocked out of bounds at about the 8-yard line by number 24, Eric Young. We're going to say that the ball, that he was knocked out about the 9-yard line. Long 4, call it 5 for the Bears. Impressive drive here by the Bears, all on the ground. Mariski has not yet attempted a pass. Full house backfield. Mariski is caught now, pitches it to Simmons. Jatir Simmons will get close to the goal line, knocked down perhaps at the 1 or 2 yard line, but it'll be enough for a first down. Mariski dangerously close to being tackled, pitched the ball to Simmons, who picks up 7, maybe 8 yards, call it 8 yards, bring up a 1st and goal for the Bears. Full house backfield, wishbone style, the inside handoff to Svagov. Svagov is tackled, looks like short of the goal line. Svagov trying to find a hole, half-yard line. Trying to find a hole over the right side of the line between number 55, Blaine McAvoy, the center, and number 74, Brian Asiani. Akil Simon joins Simmons and Svagov in the backfield, 2nd and goal. No call yet from the officials. No. Yes, now they've scored a touchdown. 1 yard touchdown run for Akil Simon. And the Bears are up 6-0. Nice drive there of 69 yards, consuming 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the clock. Now with Bobby Mineta hurt, he was the place kicker. East Brunswick has been forced to go for the 2-point conversions. So Mariski will set up here. We have 3 wide receivers to the right. Simmons in the slot along with Simon and Weinrob. And a collision right there from Mariski and Svegoff. And that collision results in a failed attempt for the 2-point conversion. So our score, 7:45 remaining in the first quarter, is East Brunswick 6 and the Piscataway Chiefs nothing. At halftime, we'll be announcing the East Brunswick High School homecoming court. Yesterday evening, we had our hall decorating here at East Brunswick High School, and this morning the students got a chance to see some wonderful exhibits put on by the students. The theme was the awards ceremonies, the Tony Awards, the Oscars, and the Grammys. Each class picked one of those and did a presentation. Students had a chance to walk through it along with teachers as part of our Spirit Week celebration. Individual events during the week, won by the junior class, won 3 out of the 5. Seniors and sophomores won 1 each. And for the kickoff for East Brunswick, number 14, Patrick Bean, will kick it off. And he bounces one, but it's caught. A line drive bounce, almost an onside kick. Recovered by Piscataway, number 45, Jamar Jenkins. Our first chance to look at this potent Piscataway Chiefs offense. Piscataway 5-1 coming into today. Focus on the quarterback, number 1, Derek Trankina, the 5'11 senior. Okay, splitting out to the near side, we have Eric Young, number 24, and number 7, Kevin Ozighale. The handoff inside to Devron Thompson. Devron Thompson, a 5'11", 195-pound junior. Gets about 2 yards, stopped by the interior of the East Brunswick defensive line. East Brunswick defensive signals being called by sophomore Ernie Fusco there, calling the signals for the defense. Across the front line, you have Svegoff, 35, Ryan Schmidt, 52 on the outside. Darius Kozlowski inside, number 32. Motion, almost a false start there. An illegal shift going to be called as the referee drops a flag. Trankina keeping the ball, gets inside the 40-yard line to the East Brunswick 39, but I believe that's going to come back as Thompson, a little over anxious in the backfield, took a step. An illegal shift is called. And that'll negate a fine run by Trankina. It'll be second down and about 13 yards for Piscataway. Eric Young lining up way wide here to the close sideline. That's Gerard Baxham in motion. Thompson with the ball. Met and gang tackled by a host of East Brunswick Bears, led by number 27, Brian Ackerman. Thompson manages to get back the 5 yards that were assessed by the penalty. That'll bring up third down and a long 7. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. East Brunswick up 6-0. Trankina eyes the field. Quick pass off of the receiver's hands. A little incidental contact there before the play as Eric Young tried to cut inside. Referees allow that to go on. Pass off his shoulder, incomplete. Mark Mariski, the quarterback, also playing in the defensive secondary. 4th and 7. Back deep for the Bears, Kenny Weinrob and Jatir Simmons to receive this punt. A high punt. It's going to drop and take an East Brunswick bounce as it will come to rest at the 27 and 28-yard line. East Brunswick Bears will take over 1st and 10. East Brunswick Bears will travel to Perth Amboy next Saturday, November 3rd, for a 2:30 p.m. start. Kind of unusual. The Bears have been playing most of their games this year under the lights. And they may host a 10th game on Friday, November 10th, or will travel to a higher seed in the state-assigned playoffs. Mariski under center, inside. No, he keeps it himself and gets outside. Gets a good block on the outside from Simon and manages to get close to the first down marker. Mark Mariski able to pick and choose his way outside, and got to give credit to Coach Borden here on the scouting report because he's been hammering away at outside the tackles. Greg Belials splits out wide to the top. Svegoff and Simmons under center, or behind center. Simmons will cross the 40 to the 42 and pick up the first down for the Bears. First and 10. Oh, they gave him the, okay, well they gave Mariski the first down on his run. Okay, now it's 2nd down, brings up a 2nd and 7. Markers had a little confused there. Mariski inside handoff, but stuffing it. Number 96, Sean Mohan, a 6-foot junior. And Simmons going to end up losing 2 yards on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 9. Brian Toady checks in with a play for the Bears, looking to convert on another 3rd down opportunity. Simmons in a slot to the top. Simon in motion. Mariski will drop back to pass and has wide open, has Kenny Weinrob. Weinrob trying to elude a tackler and is finally brought down at the 10-yard line. Mariski's first pass goes for 50 yards. The run-oriented offense of the Bears. Mariski with a good play fake, and Weinrob snuck behind the secondary. Mariski had just enough time to find him, and Weinrob drug 2 defenders an extra 7 or 8 yards. And the ball is spotted, call it the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for East Brunswick. The pitch to Simmons. Simmons gets some blocking. Decides to cut it up inside, though, and is met by Sean Mohan, number 96. And number 9 for Piscataway, that's Jakal Jones. Six yards to go for the East Brunswick first down. They can get a first down before reaching the goal line. Full house wishbone backfield here. Simmons and Mariski meet and are crushed by 2 defenders. 45 Jamar Jenkins gets there And that'll bring up a third down and long, 6, call it 7, maybe a loss of a yard, call it 8. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play here. Brian Tody will check in as a tight end. He's lined up, or actually he's lining up as a tackle on the left side. Risky on the keeper around the outside again. Has room, will get into the end zone for a touchdown. Mark Mariski on the keeper. And that left side of the Bears offensive line doing a super job in sealing off pursuit. And our score is East Brunswick now 12 and Piscataway 0. Once again, East Brunswick will line up for the 2-point conversion. Weinrob and Simon line up wide right. And Coach Borden is livid. Somehow miscommunication there, calls a timeout. Make sure you get this right. East Brunswick 12, Piscataway, no score. 2 very impressive drives. This one of 73 yards. First one, 68 yards. And doing it all on the ground with the exception of the wonderful 50-yard pass play from Mariski to Kenny Weinrob. Bears have one more home game left, and that'll be the annual Battle of Route 18 against the Old Bridge Knights. This year it's played here at J. Doyle, Thanksgiving Day at 11 o'clock. Hope that you can come out and support the East Brunswick Bears football team in their annual clash with the Knights of Old Bridge. Now Coach Borden comes back to the sideline. Looks like the same formation. Simon, number 81, Weinrob, number 19 on the far side. Svegoff and Simmons in the backfield. Mariski looking for that hole, and we have a flag thrown. The point after attempt is no good, but there is a penalty on the play. We'll see what the flag is. It was a late flag thrown by one of the trailing officials. And from the reaction, it looks like holding against the Bears. That penalty is declined, and the point after attempt has failed. Our score 12-0 with 1:45 left in the first quarter. And if you're the Piscataway Chief fans on the sideline, you have to be a bit stunned the fact that East Brunswick has been able to move the ball so effectively, racking up 140 yards of offense on 2 drives. And doing it with mistake-free football, only 1 penalty. And that was for a false start. Patrick Bean, number 14, will tee it up for the Bears. The Chiefs now thinking that we're going to have some more of this chicanery with the onside kicks have moved up significantly. We'll see if Bean can drive it back. No, again, a bouncer handled by number 42 for Piscataway. That's Chris Lamont. And the danger of those onside kicks is if they are returned, you're going to end up inside the opposition territory. And in fact, Piscataway will set up 1st and 10 at the East Brunswick 48-yard line. Bean and Weinrob on the tackle there. Once again, the quarterback for Piscataway, number 1, Derek Trankina. Lining up as the halfback is number 20, Devron Thompson. And a pass on the sideline, a quick hitter to number 10, Craig Rawls, goes right through his hands. It's a rather cold night here, but the wind has significantly died down from earlier today. This is good football weather, though. Second and 10 now from the East Brunswick 48-yard line. Ryan Schmidt, 52. Brian Asiani, 74. Number 32, Darius Kozlowski. And number 35, Dmitry Svegov across the front line for the Bears. Back to pass again. Going deep this time is, and it's caught and managing to stay in bounds for the touchdown is number 24, Eric Young, who caught that over an East Brunswick defender and stayed in bounds as he danced down the sideline for the Piscataway touchdown. 48 yards on the play. Piscataway will line up for the extra point out of the hold of Trankina. Number 96, Sean Mohan, will attempt the extra point. We have, appears to be an injury on the field. Piscataway player hunched over. All right. Sean Mohan out of the hold of Trankina will attempt the extra point. And the extra point is good. Our score now with 1:15 left in the first quarter is East Brunswick 12 and Piscataway 7. That drive, 2 plays, 48 yards, set up by the return of the bouncer dribbler kick. Returned it into East Brunswick territory. Brunswick will set up to return the kickoff, dropping back deep, number 19, Kenny Weinrob, number 8, Jatir Simmons. We've had almost 200 yards of offense between both teams here in the first quarter of play alone. It's going to take a bounce, and Simmons will pick it up at the 9-yard line. He'll go straight up the middle and is met at the 20-yard line by number 33, Devion Cole. Penalty marker is thrown, maybe a little extracurricular action there. Dead ball foul. Personal foul being charged against Piscataway. East Brunswick will take that, and the ball will be marked at the 35-yard line. East Brunswick operates now in their best starting field position of the night with 1:07 remaining in the first quarter. And a flag being thrown. You saw number 84, Brian Tody, run off the field. That's an illegal substitution. You can't break the huddle with 12 men. Tody broke the huddle and then ran off the field of play. It's a 5-yard penalty. Second penalty on the Bears. So the Bears will start off 1st and 15 now. Number 22, Greg Belials, lines up at the top of your screen. Svegov and Simmons in an eye. Risky calling signals. Inside handoff to Svegov. Svegov muscling his way forward. Gets the 5 yards of the penalty back, plus 2. 7 yards on the carry for Dmitry Svegov. Brian Butler, number 75 on this tackle for the Chiefs. Weinrob and Simon at the top of your screen. Belials lines up close. Svegoff and Simmons in the backfield. Svegoff really wasn't set, but now the pitch to Simmons outside, gets some blocking, and is knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. line of Piscataway. That's a 17-yard run with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Mariski sends Simon and Weinrob to the right. Belials below. Svegoff, the only back in the backfield. Now Simmons in motion. The inside handoff to Svegoff, smelled out nicely by the interior of the Chiefs defensive line, 96, Sean Mohan. Stops Svegoff for no gain. And that is the end of the first quarter with the score, East Brunswick 12 and the Piscataway Chiefs 7. And at halftime, we'll have presentation of our homecoming court. Our homecoming activities got moved from earlier this month. It was supposed to be on the weekend of the 5th, 6th, but was moved to this game to allow the students more time to decorate, get more prepared, a little more organized, I guess, for the homecoming and Spirit Week festivities. Perfect night for football here, though. Gentle breeze blowing in, a little cool. But that's what you got to expect. It's late October. Great time for football. According to unofficial totals I have, East Brunswick has racked up over 150 yards of offense so far. Referee blows the play in, and Mariski will go under center. Svegoff and Simmons in an eye. 2nd and 10. There's an interception on a pass that hit Kenny Weinrob, but there is a flag on the play as the defensive back came up and bumped Weinrob, forcing that ball out of his hands. Hold on for the marker, though. We'll see what the call is. The defensive unit's coming onto the field right now, but and it is pass interference against the Piscataway Chiefs. The Bears catch a break there. It would have been an interception in Piscataway ball in the 43. Instead, we'll have a penalty mark off and a first down for the Bears. Mark Mariski will come over, consult with Coach Borden as the penalty is marched off. A 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage gives the Bears 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. If you're just tuning in, East Brunswick scored on its first 2 possessions of the game. First score, a quick little keeper run by, or a little inside handoff at the 1-yard line by Akil Simon. Put the Bears on the board first. Mariski calling signals. Tries to keep it himself, goes on the outside, but is brought down by number 90, Brandon Harris. Mariski didn't have a chance to get outside there on the play, so a loss of perhaps 2 yards on the play. East Brunswick then held Piscataway on their first drive, got the ball back in good shape, and on highlighted by a 50-yard pass play from Mariski to Ken Weinrob, followed up by a 9-yard keeper by Mariski, put the Bears up 12-0. Piscataway then scored on a 46 or 48-yard scoring pass from Tranquina to Young. 2nd and 12, inside handoff. That's Akil Simon, number 81, lined up in the backfield. He'll get about 6 yards on the play. He'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 7 for East Brunswick. East Brunswick has yet to punt in this game, and so far has not had any turnovers. Mistake-free football. And Blaine McAvoy, number 55, leads out the line. Full house, wishbone backfield. Simon, Simmons, and Svegoft. Mariski, long, hard count. Inside handoff to Simmons. He ducks it in and out, trying to weave his way through. Breaks one tackle, gets across the 20-yard line, is brought down close to the 15-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for East Brunswick. Jatir Simmons negotiating his way through a maze of traffic there, manages to break one tackle, elude a couple others, and gets the Bears another 1st down. The 3rd impressive drive in a row for the East Brunswick Bears, who are in search of their 1st victory, playing confidently tonight. Mariski will pitch it to Simmons, trying to get around the outside again. Simmons using his speed nicely and is knocked out of bounds after a gain of perhaps 7. Even to the short side of the field, the Bears able to get outside and run. Ball spotted right at the 10-yard line, so it's a 2nd down and 3. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, 2nd quarter. Oh, inside. Oh, fumble on the play, as maybe a bad handoff exchange between Mariski and Svegoft, but there's also a marker on the play. See what the referees indicate. An offensive holding call against the Bears. That might do more damage, I think, because of the absence of a solid place kicker, Bobby Mineta. Holding call will mark off 10 yards against East Brunswick. The ball will be spotted at the 24. Down will be the same, 2nd down, but now we're looking at 2nd down and 16. Wide receiver split, that's Akil Simon now motioning Mariski, looking and firing on the outside to Kenny Weinrob in the dirt. Wouldn't have been much of a gain anyway. Weinrob had to go down on the ground to get it. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 16. Bears went with more of a spread formation. And as they break huddle, Weinrob comes down, number 19, to the bottom of the screen up top. Belials. Simon and Simmons split out on each slot. Now Simon in motion. Mariski is going to be sacked for a loss by number 40, Ray Rose. And that brings up a 4th down. Loss of 6, so this is the 1st drive that East Brunswick has where it will sputter and result in a punt. For the Bears lining up in punt formation. Doug File will be the punter. Nobody's back deep for the Chiefs, so they're content to let this one roll into the end zone if possible. File will angle and head it in the direction of the 10-yard line, and ball bounces out at about the 16. 17-yard line, where Piscataway will take over 1st and 10. Glad you could join us here. J. Doyle Field. I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you of this very competitive game, very spirited play by the Bears. They're leading 12-7 with 7:30 left to go in this second quarter. Trankina has DeVron Thompson as the lone setback. In motion is Young. Handoff goes the outside. Thompson, as the Bears are trying to string it out to the outside, and gang tackle and brought down. Mariski on the outside there, along with number 27, Brian Ackerman. Cut down the strong running of DeVron Thompson. Gain of only 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Andre Barber, number 2, splits out wide to the top of the screen. Young goes in motion. Pass hits Young, and he has one person to beat. And hanging on for dear life, it seems, on the outside there for the Bears, John McKegg manages to hold on long enough, and Young will step out of bounds. But a significant gain there as Young came across in motion and found a seam on the outside and was hit in the hands by Trankina. Strong running by Young brings the ball out to the 38-yard line. Gain of about 20 yards right there. Pass on the outside, that one misfired as Trankina threw behind number 10, Craig Rawls. Definite change here in Piscataway's game plan as the running game had been stopped successfully by the Bears on the first drive. Now resorting to the arm of senior Derek Trankina. Fakes the handoff, and Trankina's trying to run outside, and he's tackled and driven out of bounds. Strong defensive play there by the Bears, number 44, Joseph Alexander. Second down and 9. Or third down, yeah, third down and 9. Make sure they change those markers. Bears with a key defensive play here. If they can stop them, they'll get the ball back in good position. Svegoff on a blitz, but the screen pass, and Thompson can't handle the screen pass. Pressure up the middle by 35, Dmitry Svegoff, maybe forced Trankina to pass that a little early. Thompson with the juggling act of a hot potato could not hang on, and it will force the Piscataway Chiefs to punt. Dropping back deep for East Brunswick to receive this punt on the far side, number 8, Shatir Simmons. Close side, number 19, Ken Weinrob. Nice high punt. Going to drop down and take a Piscataway roll as it rolls to about the 26-yard line where it was downed. East Brunswick will take over there, 1st and 10, 5:51 remaining in the second quarter of play. Next week, the Bears travel on Saturday afternoon to Perth Amboy. Rare day game for East Brunswick this year. It's 2:30 start at Perth Amboy. Mariski under center. Will keep it, try to get outside. This time it's snuffed out as Mariski didn't get as far outside, I guess, as he wanted. Number 40 for the Chiefs, Ray Rose, with the defensive stop. Minimal gain there by Mariski. Brings up a second down and a very long 9 for East Brunswick. Greg Belials lines up close side here. Full house backfield with Simon, Simmons, and Svegoft. The pitch to Jatir Simmons. Simmons going to try to break it outside. Forced out of bounds by Eric Young. Looks like Simmons will get credit for getting to the 30-yard line. Gains 4 yards. It will be a 3rd down and 6. Little confusion there as Brian Tody runs off. Mariski rushing to get back and call signals. Wide receivers split to the bottom of our screen. Mariski trying to avoid the pressure, is attempting to pass downfield, is knocked while he's passing, an incomplete pass. Had Kenny Weinrob open down at about the 50-yard line. And that'll force the East Brunswick Bears to punt. Piscataway playing the field position game here, should get the ball back in good position. As File will head back to punt and will kick it from about his 20-yard line. Andre Barber close to us here at the 45 on our side as a high snap, but File manages to drive a line drive to Young. Eric Young picks it up and bursts down the sideline and gets down to about the 34, 35-yard line. Almost bringing it back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Young caught that ball on the line and ran right with it up the sideline. Piscataway takes over 1st and 10 just inside the East Brunswick 35. And we have, well, the referee missed it. There was an illegal substitution there. As number 5 backed out now. Sideline pass, and Young gets by Simmons and is racing down the sideline, has one person to beat and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. On a play that should have been blown dead because of an illegal substitution. The referee did not see it. He had his back turned. And it costs, that oversight cost East Brunswick a touchdown. Piscataway will line up for the extra point. Sean Mohan, number 96. That pass play covered 35 yards. And the extra point is good, so Piscataway now goes up 14-12 on East Brunswick with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. To 12 our score here, 4:20 remaining in the second quarter from J. Doyle Field. The East Brunswick offense, which looked so good for 2 drives and for part of a third, has now sputtered, giving Piscataway an opportunity to come back in this game. I'd like to extend our best wishes to Coach Tortoroff and the girls field hockey team as they are in the GMC finals, which will take place Saturday right here at East Brunswick High School at 1 o'clock. Also on Saturday, the boys and girls cross-country teams will compete in the sectional championships at Holmdel Park. So championship days are upon us here at East Brunswick High School. Back deep for the Bears, Greg Beliles and Kenny Weinrob. Weinrob will pick it up and unfortunately picked it up and kneeled right there at the 15-yard line. Had it himself. And that's where East Brunswick will take over, 1st and 10. Tomorrow also at 1 o'clock at Gike Park, our boys soccer team will be battling the Old Bridge Knights in the GMC semifinal contest. Quarterfinal action here, boys soccer team defeated Colonia 3-0. 4:16 remaining in the second quarter. Mariski under center. On a keeper himself, will get out perhaps to the 18, maybe the 19-yard line. Gain of 3. Piscataway, number 20, DeVron Thompson, running off, looking a little shaken up, a little limp. That takes himself out of the game. Full house backfield for, as Mariski tries to crawl his way over top of the pile, gets another 3-yard gain, but we do have a flag on the play thrown in the interior line. Holding against the Bears. Piscataway discussing whether or not they will take the penalty. Mark off of 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll bring the ball back to just inside the Bears' 10-yard line. Mariski with a full house backfield behind him. Long, hard count. And Mariski will be tackled, and tackled for a safety, but there is a flag on the play. Could be a face mask call, which might negate the safety. That is a face mask call against the Chiefs. Although it is only the 5-yard variety, 5-yard face mask penalty, it will keep the Chiefs from getting awarded a safety. But it does put the Bears in quite a hole here. Second down and 20. From their own 5-yard line. Inside handoff, ball given to Akil Simon. Breaks it out to the 11-yard line, giving Mariski a little breathing room there, but it's still going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 14 yards. They're trying to get out from behind the shadow of their own goalposts. inside handoff there. Stop for no gain, maybe a loss on the play. Piscataway will take their second timeout, trying to conserve time on the clock with 2:14 left in the second quarter, and putting the Bears in a 4th and long situation, hoping to get the ball back in good field position here for another drive before the half. To 12, our score. Piscataway scoring on 2 long scoring passes, both to number 24, Eric Young. The big offensive gun of Deron Thompson's running has not shown itself here tonight. All the pregame hype here about Thompson's running ability, but it's been the arm of Derek Trankina and the speed of Eric Young that has made the difference here. 25, File. Doug File will drop back right about at his own end zone and punt. Gets off a wobbler and it goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. File had to go to his right a little bit to pick up that snap, but manages to get off a good punt. It goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 2:06 remaining in the second quarter. Thompson is back in the game. He'll line up at halfback. Trankina has Young in motion. Drops back, looks for Young on a sideline pattern. Ball is caught, no! Knocked out, last minute looked like for the Bears, 37, Chris Riccio got over there in time to either distract or knock the ball out of Young's hands. Young, that was the same kind of pass that Young made a big play on earlier in this half. Coming across in motion and then finding that seam on the right side. Number 10, Craig Rawls now lines up in the close side here. Young is split out right. Now keeper here this time as Trankina tries to take it himself. Will get 9 of those 10 yards. He'll be stopped short of the first down. Third down 2, Bears 28-yard line. Piscataway driving again as the half winds down. And Trankina had Young once again on that side, mismatched size-wise against Jatir Simmons, but overthrew it. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And decision time here for the Chiefs. Looks like they are going to go for it. Field goal attempt here would be about a 45-yarder on a cold night. They are going to go for it, 4th and 3. Gerard Baxum is in the slot right. Thompson line up. Baxum gives a little juke move, but the pitch to Thompson. Thompson does manage to get across the 25. First and 10, Piscataway, 1:11 left to go in the first half. Change of running backs there. Looks like number 2, Andre Barber, took that handoff and drove it inside the 15, brought down by the defensive secondary for the Bears at the 14-yard line. A first down, the Chiefs. Clock running, 45 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Piscataway only has 1 timeout remaining. Back to pass is Tranquina, and he is sacked. Coming in right up the middle, number 44, Joseph Alexander. And Piscataway is forced to burn their last timeout here with 27 seconds remaining. While we have this time, we'll also let you know that the East Brunswick girls volleyball team will seek their first ever GMC championship on Monday. This will be held in the East Brunswick High School Gymnasium at 4 p.m. Hope you can come out and support Bears Athletics in person. But right now, we're glad that you're watching this on the television. 27 seconds left to go. East Brunswick trails 14-12. 2 very long pass plays by Tranquina to Young, the 2 scores for the Chiefs. Touchdown runs of 9 yards by Mariski, 1 yard by Akil Simon, the difference for the Bears. Second down and 13. Long pass downfield, and knocking it away, jumping up there with Young is number 8, Jatir Simmons, but there is a flag thrown in the backfield. Could be a holding call against Piscataway, and it is. Good defensive coverage there, going to, well, maybe once too often down that right sideline. And then the holding call, and that'll drive Piscataway back. Referees will mark it off. That'll be a 10-yard mark off. Ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line. 19 seconds remaining. Tranquina trying the middle screen to Thompson. Bears trying to keep him in bounds and in play. Piscataway rushing up to the line. They're going to have to try to down it to spike it. 3, 2, 1. They're not going to get it off. And our score at halftime is the Piscataway Chiefs 14, East Brunswick Bears 12. We'll take a quick break here at halftime before coming back for the presentation of our homecoming court. You're watching East Brunswick Bears football. And welcome back to J. Doyle Field, halftime of our game here between the Bears and the Piscataway Chiefs. We have the presentation of the homecoming court. Student Council sponsors the election of the homecoming court, and you see them coming onto the field right now, escorted by Ms. Carol Rosenberg, the Student Council advisor, and our own East Brunswick Bear mascot. Each grade level is represented on the homecoming court. The king and queen come from the senior class, and we have junior and sophomore attendance as well. And our sophomore attendants, Stephanie Nicosia and Nick Rowan. Our junior attendants, Heather O'Reilly and Kyle Morales. And our homecoming king and queen, Natalie Urales and Danny Schuberth. Culminating a Spirit Week here at East Brunswick High School. Very positive time around our school. We'll be right back, bringing you the East Brunswick High School Marching Band. Good evening and welcome back to J. Doyle Field, home of the Bears. East Brunswick trails at halftime to the Piscataway Chiefs, 14-12. East Brunswick looking for their first victory of the season. Good evening, I'm Ken Saroka, welcoming you back to second half action. In the first half of play, East Brunswick scored on two very impressive scoring drives. Their first two possessions, each about 70 yards in length. The first one culminated in a 1-yard scoring run by Akil Simon. The second, after a wonderful 50-yard downfield pass play from Mark Mariski to Ken Weinrob, resulted in a Mariski 9-yard keeper for the touchdown. East Brunswick then was able to hold Piscataway on their first possession, but two very long passes from quarterback Derek Trankina to Eric Young brought Piscataway back in this game. The difference, 14-12, well, the difference is East Brunswick's place kicker, Bobby Mineta, is out for the remainder of the season, and twice East Brunswick has tried a 2-point conversion after their touchdowns, but have failed on both occasions, whereas Piscataway was able to kick the extra points, hence our 14-12 score. East Brunswick had amassed about 150 yards and had a third drive going in that first half of action, but a combination of penalties and good defensive plays by the Chiefs forced East Brunswick to punt. In the second half, Piscataway will receive the ball and will operate to start this first half play. Piscataway 5-1 coming into this game. Their only loss coming to J.P. Stevens. As I said, East Brunswick still searching for their first victory of the year. Battling injuries and illnesses, two of their starting players out with strep throat. Piscataway in white uniforms, East Brunswick in their home green. Piscataway will start from right to left on your television screen. East Brunswick has one more home game remaining. That'll be the annual Battle of Route 18 against the Old Bridge Knights. It'll be right here at J. Doyle at 11 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Hope you can make it. For the Bears, number 14, Patrick Bean will tee it off. In the two previous attempts after kickoffs here, he's tried to squib one through. One was picked up nicely and run back into Bear territory, which set up one of the Piscataway scoring drives. Patrick Bean will tee it off. And again, another bouncing ball here. Picked up front by Chris Lamont, 42. And once again, Lamont able to bring Piscataway up close to midfield. This time he'll be stopped at the Chief 46-yard line, where they will take over 1st and 10. Quarterbacking the Chiefs, 5'11" senior Derek Tranquina, number 1. In the backfield with him will be number 20, Devron Thompson. Haven't called his name much because after that first failed drive by the Piscataway Chiefs, they've resorted to the passing plays. 24 to the lower end of the screen here is Eric Young. He's been the chief offensive weapon and target of the Chiefs. Thompson on the carry, gang tackled by a host of Bears. Will get about 9 yards. That ball will be spotted just shy of the 45-yard line of the Bears. Call it 8 yards, or long 9. 2nd down for Piscataway. Just underway here at J. Doyle Field in the second half. Thompson lined up in the backfield. Gets the handoff and drives straight up the middle. Will have enough for the 1st down, but that's about all that the East Brunswick defense will give him. Set the defensive line across the front for you. For the Bears, 35, Dmitry Svegov. 32, Darius Kozlowski. 52, Ryan Schmidt. We're going to have a measurement here, but looked like Thompson had picked up the 1st down. And the referees do award a 1st down for the Chiefs. Ernie Fusco, number 48, calling signals for the Bears defensively. Tranquina. As Gerard Baxham and looks like number 2, Andre Barber, in the backfield. Movement and flags thrown. A false start on the offensive line will march Piscataway back 5 yards. Piscataway has been victimized by bad penalties. They took a penalty on a face mask tackling Mark Mariski in the Bears' end zone. Would have been a safety, but that 5-yard face mask negated that. Piscataway then forced East Brunswick to punt, but could not capitalize as the half came to an end. We also had an interception negated on a pass interference call. The handoff to the tailback, this time Andre Barber, stopped for a minimal gain as the Bears' swarming defense comes in, makes the play. Second down and long 13. Thompson will line up as the blocking back in front of Barber. Young split up to the top of your screen. Craig Rawls, number 10, split to the bottom of the screen. Pass through the hands of Rawls and through the hands of the Bears defender there, who was surprised by that pass getting through. That's John McKegg. Trankina has not been as accurate as he was early on. Be a 3rd and 13 for Piscataway. Opening drive of this third quarter. A breeze is picked up here at Jay Doyle on a very, very cool night. Good football weather. Referees are stopping play here for the moment. We'll see what the referee is urging the East Brunswick players and bench to back up. Third and 13. Trankina rolling right. Overthrows Andre Barber on the outside. Barber had some running room if he caught it, but was unable to make the reception, and that'll bring up a 4th and 13. Dropping back in deep safety coverage to pick up this punt, number 8, Jatir Simmons, and number 19, Ken Weinrob. Punt will be kicked at about the 43, 44-yard line. Good high punt, fair catch called for by Weinrob there at the 21-yard line, where the Bears will take over 1st and 10. Glad you could join us here. Next week, the Bears travel on Saturday during the day, 2:30 p.m. start at Perth Amboy. Bears will take over at their 21. Wishbone, full house backfield. Svegoff, Simon, and Simmons. Mariski, though, will keep it and look outside. Pitches, late pitch to Simmons. Simmons manages to break one tackle, but is met and stopped for a minimal gain, maybe a yard. A lot of east-west running, but no north-south running there. And it'll bring up 2nd down and a long 9. Bears early on were able to run outside wide and keep having their lines seal off pursuit. Pitch to Simmons. Good block on the outside as Simmons manages to get out to the 31-yard line. Dmitry Svegoff out there sealing off the cornerback who had come up to challenge. Simmons cuts back inside and takes it out to the 31, and a 1st down for East Brunswick. Svegoff and Simmons now just in the backfield. Mariski on a keeper will take it in the middle on the inside. Runs into Trankina. 2 number 1s colliding, the 2 quarterbacks colliding there. Both quarterbacks also playing in the defensive secondary. Gain of about 5, 6 maybe. Again, Svegoff the upback, Simmons the tailback. 2 wide receivers split up top. Hard count by Mariski. Pitch is to Simmons again. This time no running room, no blocking out there to protect. Simmons couldn't cut past number 40, Ray Rose. Does get 2 yards, though. Brings up an important 3rd down and 3 here for the Bears. A little confusion there as Mariski runs back for further instructions from Coach Marcus Borden. Ball at the 38-yard line. Bears have to get to the 41. Mariski depends on the spot. He gets across the 40-yard line. It's going to be close. Referees, though, will not give him the forward progress, they say, is when his knee went down just at the 40. Mariski then will wait as the play is being sent in. Number 98, Sean O'Keefe, comes in as an extra lineman to block. Bears with a 4th and 1. Marcus Borden, coach, going for it right here. Full house backfield. And Bears manage inside over Blaine McAvoy, the center, and Vincent Janowski get that 1st down. A little problem in the backfield as it looked like Simmons slipped, but caught himself and reset himself for a 1 count. So there's no flag on the play. Some of the Piscataway players were motioning for a flag. But we have a 1st down for East Brunswick. 5:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. East Brunswick trails 14-12. Svegoff behind there. Little misdirection as Simmons cuts inside. For no gain, though, as DeVron Thompson, number 20, and number 9, Jacal Jones, come up and make the play. 2nd down and 9. Number 84, Brian Toty, checks in for the Bears. 19, Ken Weinrob, splits out to the top of the screen. Simon in motion. Simmons makes the catch. Inside fake. There is a penalty, though, on the play. Hold on. Hold everything. Hold everything. Illegal shift against the Bears. 2 men in motion at the same time. And that play will come back. Good fake inside to Simon as he was coming across. Weinrob was able to penetrate behind. That worked well once. Or excuse me, Simmons went behind. It worked well once with Weinrob early in the game. But again, an illegal shift, 2 men in motion, it looked like the referee is signaling. And that brings it back. It'll make it now 2nd down and 13. Weinrob, once again, will split out wide to the top. Full house backfield, Simmons, Simon, and Svegoff. The handoff to Simmons. There is a fumble, ball is loose. Who's got it? The Bears have played mistake-free football to this point, but Piscataway has the football. It's like coming up with it from the pile, number 84, Omar Savage. And Piscataway will take over at the Bears' 43-yard line. Bears look like they had a good drive going there, but were not able to hold on to the football. Bears defense once again being asked to come up big here at a stop, yielding good field position to the Chiefs. Trankina has Thompson and Baxum in the backfield. The handoff to Thompson around right side is met and tackled by 27, Brian Ackerman. But not until Thompson had picked up 6 yards. Second down and 4. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 14-12, Piscataway. '24, Eric Young. Splits out to the bottom of the screen. Thompson gets the handoff. Met originally by Mariski. Finished off by Ackerman. Close to a first down, or maybe they're going to spot it right at the marker. Referee signals first down, so it's first down Piscataway. Inside handoff to Thompson. He'll chew up about 5 yards, maybe 6. Mark Mariski, number 1, on the tackle for East Brunswick. Number 10, Craig Rawls, splits out to the short side here. 24, Eric Young to the top. Barber and Baxham in the backfield. Pass might have been tipped at the line. Thrown behind Eric Young. Third down and 5. Number 74, Brian Asiani, coming off now. Doesn't appear to be injured, maybe just getting a breather. The handoff to Barber. Barber breaks through the line, gets through, and gets into the red zone. Tackled about the 17-yard line. Looked like the Bears had him bottled up right at the line of scrimmage, but he broke through the initial wave of pressure. Managed to get into the secondary. Brought down at the 17-yard line. First down and 10, Piscataway. Bears defense needs a stop here in the worst way possible, or a turnover. Tranquina has lone setback, or two backs, as Baxham is off set. Thompson lines up, gets the handoff, goes off the right side, and is stopped for minimal gain by a host of gangrene. Less than a minute to go. Second down and 8. Tranquina brings out the Chiefs. Baxham in the front, Thompson behind. Drops back, 3-step drop, looks to pass. That ball hits the turf, intended for 32. That's Calvin Lamont. Incomplete. Would not have been a first down if he had caught it cleanly. 3rd and 8. Asiani returns and replaces Darius Kozlowski. Third and 8. Chiefs have to get to the Bears 7 for a first down. Misdirection handoff to Young. Young then tries to cut it back inside and is tripped up. Jatir Simmons comes in from secondary and trips up Young in the backfield. Young stumbles forward, gets a yard at best, And that brings up a 4th down, and it looks like Piscataway will try a field goal attempt, which at this distance would be a 32-yarder from the right hash mark. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score, Piscataway Chiefs 14, East Brunswick Bears 12. Get you caught up on some of the other athletics news here in East Brunswick. Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Gike Park, the boys soccer team will be playing in the GMC semifinals against Old Bridge. Also Saturday, the boys and girls cross-country teams will compete in the state sectional tournament. The championships will be held tomorrow at Homedale Park. And if this wasn't a busy enough day already, the girls field hockey team will be competing in the GMC finals tomorrow 1 o'clock at East Brunswick High School. The girls soccer team will begin their quest for another Group 4 title. They take on Piscataway right here at J. Field Tuesday at 3:45. And the girls volleyball team will go after their first ever GMC championship on Monday, 4 p.m. in the gym at East Brunswick. With that, hope to see you out. Help support East Brunswick athletics. The lineup here for a 32-yard field goal attempt from the right hash mark. Out of Derek Tranquina's hold. And it's pulled wide left. The Bears hold. 4th quarter just begun. I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you here from J. Doyle Field. Bears will take over. At the spot of the at the 20-yard line, actually. 20-yard line, they'll take over. Unlike the pro rules, where it's at the spot of the missed field goal. You get it at the 20. Mariski has Simon running in behind. Will take the handoff, break it to the outside, and get to about the 24-yard line. Simon broke through the initial wave of tacklers. Looked like for Piscataway, number 9, Jakal Jones managed to grab Simon by the ankles. 2nd and 6. Full house, wishbone backfield, Svegoff, Simmons, and Simon. Mariski, though, will keep it, try to find his way in, but is gang tackled. Number 90, Brandon Harris, among others. Omar Savage, 84. 3rd down and 6, no gain. Mariski, it's only Svegoff in the backfield. Simon now in motion. The pitch to Simmons, has to get around Omar Savage. Does get around Omar Savage. Breaks it out and gets just to the 30-yard line, maybe enough for a 1st down. Great 2nd and 3rd effort by Jatir Simmons. Simmons is only listed as 5'6", senior. Managed to slip past Omar Savage. Savage, a 6'5" defensive end, giving up almost a foot and 65 pounds. Well, they're going to have to measure this. It looks like it's close. From here, it looks like it's definitely a 1st down for East Brunswick. The ball has to get to the 30 because the spot was at the 20 when they originally started, so they're at the 30. Oh, the delay is for an injured Piscataway Chief. We have this time, I'd like to take a moment to thank Principal Robert Murphy, Athletic Director Mr. Frank Knoppenberger for their help in these festivities here for Spirit Week and the homecoming court. Also Mrs. Carol Rosenberg, the Student Council Advisor, to the Class Council Advisors, Jackie Traeger, Maria Canzano, my partner, I'm the Junior Class Advisor, my partner Mike Wildermuth, and the Sophomore Class Advisors Karen Florick and Diane Hassel for helping put together a wonderful Spirit Week here at East Brunswick High School. The injured chief was number 9, Jakal Jones. He's up a little shaken, but walking under his own power. Bears will take over 1st and 10 on their 30. 10:22 remaining in this 4th quarter. Bears trail 14-12. Piscataway unable to cash in on good field position now 3 times. Once, just as the half was expiring, they could not get up to the line and down the ball to save time for one more play. '19, Kenny Weinrob will split out wide. That's Akil Simon now running around the outside, getting a good wall of blockers ahead of him. Will pick up about 5 yards. Second and 5. Simons, Fagoff, and Simmons, the wishbone backfield. Mariski on the keeper around the outside. Avoids the tackle of Thompson, number 20, but spins back inside right into the arms of number 45, Jamar Jenkins. Mariski, though, will pick up about 3.5 yards. Call it a long one, maybe no, 2 yards, call it. A 3rd down and 2 here for the Bears. Risky calling signals. Student body right, pitch sweep here to Simmons. Looks like he got across the 40-yard line. Tackled by number 40, Ray Rose. Officials will spot the ball ahead of the 40-yard line or at the 40-yard line, but they're going to call for a measurement as the chains are on the other side of the field. First down for the Bears. Handoff inside. Picks up about 4 yards, running over that right side. Center Blaine McAvoy, Asiani, Vincent Janowski trying to form a wall on that right side. Get some running room. Pick up of about 4.5, almost 5 yards. Again, same backfield. Svegoff in the front. Handoff to Svegoff, right up the middle, this time trying to go over the left side, picks up about 2. not a generous spot there. Makes it about a 3rd down and 4 now for East Brunswick. Risky will keep it, trying to duck his way through, does not get to the 50-yard line. He has to get inside the 50-yard line into Piscataway territory for the first. Is stopped about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. It'll bring up a 4th down and 2. Once again, Coach Marcus Borden, faced with a decision here, is going to go for it. They were successful on their other 4th down conversion. Biggest play of the game right here. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Bears with a 4th and 2 on their own 48-yard line. Svegoff, Simmons, Simon in the backfield. Mariski calling signals. The give is to Jatir Simmons. Simmons does not look like he made it. Depends on the spot. Does not look like he made it. He had to get into Piscataway territory. And no, it did not make it. Ball will turn over on downs. Simmons forced out of bounds, just shy of midfield. Needed another half yard. Time running out on the Bears. They're trailing 14-12. The best overall effort so far by the Bears this season, consistently right through the 4th quarter. Though they had the Bishop R game snatched from them in the last moments. Handoff to Thompson inside. Thompson bulls his way forward, gets about 8.5, 9 yards. Ron Thompson, as Piscataway looks to chew up ground and chew up the clock with only 5:49 remaining. Thompson gets across the Bears 40 to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Piscataway. Bears need to turn the ball over. Time running out. Calling signals. Barber and backs up in the backfield. Andre Barber, number 2, has it. Is met and stopped for a minimal gain, only about 2 yards on the play. Ernie Fusco on the tackle for the Bears. Handoff to Thompson. Thompson's caught behind the line, trying to break it outside. Finds a hole. He broke it for a 20-yard gain. There is a penalty, though, on the play. Referee dropped the flag in the backfield as the play was unfolding, so it looked like it probably will come back on a holding call. It is a holding call on Piscataway. A very costly penalty for the Chiefs, who had a 1st down deep inside the Bear territory, negated by the holding call. be marked on the Piscataway side of midfield. It'll be a 2nd down and 19. Little misdirection handoff to Barber. Tackled for minimal gain. Ernie Fusco, 48. Dmitry Svegov, 35 on the tackle for East Brunswick. 3rd down and 18 now. Clock winding down, under 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Wide receivers split to the lower part of the screen. The handoff though to Thompson, trying to get through the defense. Drives forward, gets almost all of those 18 yards back, stopped 2 yards short. It'll bring up a 4th down and 2. 4th down and 3. Chiefs must get inside the Bears' 30-yard line for the 1st down. Long 3 yards. Baxham and Thompson are the running backs. The handoff to Thompson goes outside. There is a flag on the play. Could be another holding call here. Thrown in the general direction of Piscataway's number 74, Danny Hill. And it is a holding call against the Chiefs. The Bears are catching several breaks here on Piscataway penalties. That will force Piscataway to drop back in punt formation, and Bears will get the ball back with about 2 minutes left to go. Some confusion on Piscataway getting the right personnel out for this punt. End over end bouncer. It's going to bounce, and it will get into the end zone for a touchback. Bears catch a break there as the ball took a nice high bounce, but Piscataway could not corral it before it hit into the end zone. So with 1 minute 42 seconds left, the Bears will operate 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line, needing to go probably 80 yards because of a lack of a field goal kicker. Field goal could win it here, but Bears have been reluctant to go to the field goal, to go to the even kicking the extra point. Bears do have all 3 timeouts remaining, and the clock will stop on 1st downs until they move the markers. Simon and the Lyles split low. Mariski will drop back and pass. No, he will then run and keep it. Mark Mariski will get the 1st down as he gets 12 yards on that quarterback, looked like a design quarterback draw. Timeout, East Brunswick. That is their 1st timeout, 1:33 remaining. Bears play next Saturday, 2:30 p.m. at Perth Amboy, and then wrap up the season with the annual Battle of Route 18 as they take on the Old Bridge Knights on Thanksgiving Day at 11 a.m. here at J. Doyle Field. Piscataway here looking to improve on their 5-1 record so far this year. The Bears looking for their first win of the season. And that win right now stands 69 yards away. Risky has Belials and Weinrob split wide to the close side of the field. The pitch is to Simmons. Simmons cuts it inside and is met by Thompson, number 20, but only after Simmons gets about 5.5 to 6 yards on that play. Give him 5 yards. And the second timeout being taken here by the Bears. 1:19 remaining. Brian Tody, number 84, checks in. Simon, number 81, will check out. Good crowd on hand here. Very cool, breezy night. Perfect football weather. Belials will split out to the top of the screen. Full house backfield for the Bears. Pitches to Weinrob. Weinrob looking to pass. And a flag thrown there as Belials was interfered with by number 7, Kevin Ozighale. Little trickery there as Kenny Weinrob received the pitch and looked downfield. Closely covered, but Ozighale came up over the back of Belials, and the Bears will be the recipient of a 15-yard mark-off. That'll put the ball right at midfield. With 1 minute and 12 seconds, that also stops the clock. Risky drops back to pass and is sacked or knocked just as he's ready to throw the ball. 42, Chris Lamont came in. Little confusion there on the Bears' part. Brian Tody, number 84, didn't know where to line up. And an illegal procedure is called against the Bears. That penalty called because the Bears did not have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, as both Tody and Belials on this side here, the close side, were lined up behind the line of scrimmage. Piscataway, however, will decline the penalty, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Second and 10, 1:08 remaining. 50 yards stands between East Brunswick and their first win of the season. Simon and Belials will split out to the top of the screen. Weinrob come down here to the near side of the screen. Svegoff and Simmons are in the backfield. Mariski drops back to pass. The pass through Weinrob's hands. Little quick hitter there. Pass didn't really have time to develop as pressure was coming the inside rush. 1:05 remaining, 3rd and 10. You're in 2-down territory here. East Brunswick needs to keep the drive alive. Weinrob will split out to the top. Belials below. Simmons and Simon in a slot right. And movement on the East Brunswick line. Asiani, number 74, looks like he picked up from his stance. That'll drive the Bears back 5 yards. Mariski gets the snap from center, drops back to pass, is firing downfield in the direction of Simmons, underthrows Simmons. Good coverage there by number 10, Craig Rawls, on the speedy Jatir Simmons. A well-thrown ball, and Simmons had the man beat and would have gone in untouched for the score. But now this brings up a 4th and 15, and Coach Marcus Borden, if you have a 4th and 15 play in your playbook, this is the time. 59 seconds left. The ball game riding right here on a 15-yard play. And Mariski will call the final timeout for East Brunswick. Coach Marcus Borden scripting out play that could keep this drive alive. And it will probably come on the arm of Mark Mariski. Lyles, near side, goes in motion. Set up trips right. Mariski dropping back to pass. Will fire downfield, and the only person nearby was number 7, Kevin Ozigale. Mariski forced to throw that under pressure. Ozigale dropped it. But the result would have been the same either way, as East Brunswick will turn the ball over on downs for the second time in this 4th quarter. 2 drives stalled that could have won the game. Another tough loss for the Bears, staring them in the face. But then again, 52 seconds remain, and stranger things have happened. If I remember right, it was an October day in the Meadowlands. The New York Giants and Joe Pizarczyk trying to hand off to Larry Zonka. Herman Edwards, the coach of the New York Jets today, picking it up and running it in for a touchdown to give the Eagles a come-from-behind miracle at the Meadowlands victory. But looks like Trankina now will take the knee, take the safe, smart play out with Thompson's playing safety in the backfield. Clock winds down under 35 seconds. Trankina takes another knee, and that should be the last play of the ball game. East Brunswick scores on their first 2 offensive possessions, but 2 long pass plays from Trankini to Eric Young seal East Brunswick's fate, as East Brunswick failed on their 2-point conversions And Piscataway converted their conversions to win this game 14-12. I'm Ken Saroka signing off from J. Doyle Field. Our score again, East Brunswick coming up on the short end to the Piscataway Chiefs, 14-12. Good night.